Hello, beautiful souls. It's Emily with Twins in Union. I hope that everyone is doing well. Today is the full moon in Scorpio, May 18th, and it has been quite intense energies leading up to this full moon. So I hope that everyone is doing well. I have a Twin Flame Collective reading for us to look more closely at how this full moon in Scorpio energy is impacting us, how it's impacting our connections with our twins, and just to give us some messages from Spirit here to offer us some guidance and clarity around these energies. So before I dive in, as always, I just want to take a quick moment and say thank you to all of my new subscribers, and thank you everyone for your likes, your shares, your comments. I always enjoy connecting with you guys, and especially I want to thank all of you who have purchased readings and coaching sessions with me. It is truly an honor to support you and guide you in your journey. And yeah, I think that covers it for gratitude. So let's talk about this Scorpio full moon. I've been feeling a lot of heavy energy in the collective, but this is all really positive because this is heavy energy that we are clearing and transmuting. Scorpio is a water sign, and it is about going deep into the underworld. It is about shadow work. So it is going into those dark places and, really getting clear on where change and transformation needs to take place. Scorpio, being a water sign, is also very healing. So it's through this transformation and change that it is bringing healing into our lives, into our connections with our twins, into our path to union. And so it's just a really powerful zodiac sign. If we know how to really work with these energies and really see ourselves in more of like a magician type of energy, Scorpio is about magic and the magician and tapping into our inner power and resources and knowing that we can create positive change through transformation, through healing. If we are willing to dive deep, be that deep diver and go into these dark places, look at the shadows, look at the fears, and ask ourselves how we can bring the energy of change, transformation, and really it's like the energy of rebirth. It's the energy of the phoenix rising. So it's a really powerful time, and especially I feel like some of these planets that are in retrograde are impacting this full moon. We have Saturn in retrograde and Pluto in retrograde, which Pluto rules Scorpio. And with Saturn retrograde, it is really asking us to look at where we need to work on authenticity, where do we need to speak our truth. So I know that's been coming up for me. But yeah, it's just, where have we been wearing masks that need to come off? Where have we been wearing suits of armor that we need to take off? What burdens have we been holding on to that we need to let go of? All of these things that have been obstacles that are ready to come up for clearing and releasing. And full moon energy is all about release. So whatever is coming up for you and within your connection, whether that's been leading up to this full moon or maybe it's happening right now or in the days to come, just keep all of this in mind, this energy of transformation and rebirth and the phoenix rising and healing, and being willing to look at the shadows, being willing to go into the dark places. We are also working a lot on releasing conditioning, releasing societal expectations, releasing old programming, limiting thoughts, limiting beliefs. So I'm seeing some of that come through the cards here, especially for the divine masculine. And what else can I tell you? Scorpio also rules the sacral chakra. It governs the reproductive organs. So you may find increased sexual energies coming up, maybe increased desire for having that intimacy with your twin. So if that's coming up for you, that's just definitely part of these Scorpio energies. And it's just that energy of the lovers that is that undeniable pull that we feel towards our twin. Scorpio is a sign that is about merging. It wants to come together. It wants to merge. It wants to, move into that energy of union and oneness and merging. It rules the 8th house, which is the house of marriage and commitment and shared resources. So there's just a lot of this kind of energy around us right now. I pulled some cards that I wanted to share with you too, just to look at the energies through cards. I asked specifically what or how is this full moon in Scorpio affecting the divine masculine twins? And a couple of cards came up, and this first one here, this is fractal art, so there's energy in the artwork, so just connect with the energy of this art, and through the energy it brings transformation to your soul. So for the divine masculine, this card is all about advancements. So this full moon in Scorpio is really asking the divine masculine to look deep within at big decisions that need to be made in his life. And these are big decisions that are going to move him forward, that are going to bring advancement. Whether this has to do with career and finances, or relocating, or something directly in his connection with his twin, whatever these big decisions are that are coming up for him, this is going to bring positive change and movement forward. So these are decisions that are all leading for the higher good. And then along with that, we have this card, which is number 27, and it's new directions. So these big decisions that the divine masculine is making are really leading him in new directions. And you can see the spiral shape here in the artwork. And the spiral is the symbol of ascension. So I do feel like the divine masculine, with both of these cards together, he's just really, there's just a lot of sacral, or a lot of solar plexus energy coming through here with this advancements energy. So really tapping into his solar plexus, his personal power, getting into action, getting clarity, getting self-confidence. And this is all part of his ascension process, and he is rising up into a new level of ascension and moving forward in new directions. So beautiful energy for the divine masculine around this full moon in Scorpio. And then for the divine feminine, the first card we have is number 14, and this is gratitude. So how this Scorpio full moon is impacting the divine feminine is really supporting her in going within and seeing what all blessings and what all gratitude is in her life. And I feel like this is also connecting a lot with the divine feminine around her spiritual gifts, her gifts as a light worker, and not only the blessings within her own life, but the blessings that she brings to others. So, bringing the sense of light and love and blessings and gratitude to others. And then the other card for the divine feminine is Om. And you can see how much blue energy is in this card. So this is really connecting with the throat chakra. And with the Om, it's through the power of the voice, through the power of the throat chakra, the Om, the mantra and chanting. So if you feel guided around these Scorpio energies to do some meditation with oming or chanting or just singing, you know, putting on a song that you love and singing. This Scorpio full moon is really asking the Divine Feminine to connect with her authenticity, speaking her truth. So maybe some of that has been coming up for you already. I know it has for me, where, you know, it's being that light worker and sharing your gifts, and at the same time honoring your boundaries that you need and speaking your truth. So really showing up, and also a lot of creative self-expression. So maybe writing or doing artwork or knitting, or just, you know, any kind of creative outlet that you feel really expresses you, that's an expression of your unique soul self and your unique soul essence. So a lot of this throat chakra energy with the gratitude coming up for the feminine. And for the collective, how this Scorpio full moon is going to be impacting us, this is absolutely beautiful. So this first card, this is happiness. So it's through all of this change and transformation and releasing and going deep into these heavier energies, these dark places, doing this shadow work. It's ultimately leading us to happiness, and it's through releasing all of the conditioning, all of the blockages, all of the obstacles, that it's ultimately leading us to our truth and to our happiness. And again, I'm just noticing all of the yellow. So solar plexus energy, personal power, confidence, healthy self-esteem, happiness, joy, like that energy of the sun. And we are approaching the summer solstice here, at least in the northern hemisphere we are. So, and then I just wanted to show you, I don't know if you can see this, it's not showing up very well. There are tiny little ripples coming out of the artwork here. So these ripples are symbolic of how we as light workers are having a ripple effect through our auric field and just through our energy. So anywhere that you go, you know, if you're just even running your errands, or maybe you're going to a concert, or, you know, in a crowd of people, or just even sitting at home in your neighborhood, you're emanating all of this light, and it's like this ripple effect. So just remember how powerful you are just through your very being and your very essence as a soul, that you are radiating this joy, this happiness, this light frequency all around you in your community and in your surrounding area. So beautiful energy there. And then likewise, we have that happening in this card as well. So this is the card of alignment. So basically, it's through this releasing of all of these things that no longer serve us, that no longer serve our connection, these old wounds, this old programming and conditioning, taking off the mask, taking off the armor. It is through this release, through this transformation, through this change, through the beautiful energy of Scorpio, that it is bringing us into alignment with our happiness. So it's just really beautiful energies coming through here. So it's that phoenix rising, when we can go into the depths, into the darkness, and you know, transmute that, transform that energy, and rise up like the phoenix. Then we are moving into true, authentic happiness and alignment, aligning with happiness. So beautiful energies for us around this full moon. So with that, I think I'm going to turn the camera towards the cards, and we can see more specifically what exactly is happening with the Divine Masculine, what exactly is happening with the Divine Feminine, and, you know, get some advice and guidance from Spirit as well. So I will turn the camera towards the cards and we can dive in. Okay, so let me get my camera set up here. Okay. All right, so this is my full union spread, And I have the divine masculine energies on this side, the divine feminine energies over here on this side, the union energies in the center here. I also have some romance messages for us, and then at the very end I will share an oracle message for spiritual advice and guidance. Let's see, the decks that I am using. The blue cards for the energies are Energy Oracle by Sandra Ann Taylor. And then clarifying the energies, I am using the Ethereal Visions Tarot. And that is by Matt Hughes. Beautiful artwork there. For the romance messages, I'm using the good old romance angels. They wanted to come forward today. This is by Doreen Virtue. And last but not least, for our oracle message at the very end, I am using the Crystal Mandala Oracle by Alana Fairchild. Like I was saying, this is my full union spread. Just keep in mind that this is a twin flame collective reading. So this is showing us like the predominant energies that are impacting us as a collective right now. So just keep that in mind as you are receiving these messages, that some of the messages may resonate, some of the messages might not. So just take what does and leave the rest. If you would like to see the energy dynamics between you and your twin specifically, I do offer private readings, and you can check out my website, which is twinsinunion.com, or I have information in the description box below as well. So if you feel guided, you can check that out. Let's see, I think I'm going to start with the energies on the bottoms of the deck before I move into the masculine here, just to show us the circumstantial energy that is surrounding us right now. So on the bottom of the deck for the energies, we have the first chakra here with Archangel Michael. So with the first chakra, this is very much about our stability in the world, feeling safe in the world. It's also about a sense of belonging, being with your tribe, family, community, all of that kind of energy. The sun is in Taurus right now, which is an earth sign, so it is that energy of feeling really grounded, feeling really connected to the earth, managing your money, managing your finances, you know, feeling safe, feeling secure in the physical world. I'm also just with this Archangel Michael here, just really getting the message that right now in these energies, it is really important for us to stay grounded. So if you can get out in nature, go for a nature walk, or take off your shoes and walk in the grass, or hug a tree, or, you know, just in any way that you are able to connect with nature and Mother Earth, Gaia. That's all really positive ways to ground your energy. Also, just slowing down and taking some time for yourself, meditating, taking Epsom salt baths are very grounding from the energy of the salt. So yeah, just some self-care practices for grounding is important. And then also with Archangel Michael here and his sword, it's just reminding me too that with Scorpio, the veil is thinner, because Scorpio is about the underworld, the other side beyond the veil. So the veil is thinner, and just in general, it's important for us as twins to really protect our energy. So, you know, I feel like this is just Archangel Michael coming forward with this message to protect your energy and ground your energy right now. So clearing your energy, grounding your energy, and protecting your energy. A really simple way to do that is you can call on Archangel Michael. and just ask him to use his sword to cut any cords or any energies that are not serving your highest good or the highest good of your union with your twin. And he will come in and use his sword and clear the energy for you, and then ask him to also protect. He will clear and protect your energy. So yeah, I'm just picking up on some of that. And then on the bottom of the deck for the tarot, we have Major Arcana here with the Magician. So again, this is that scorpionic energy that I was talking about earlier, where it's that power of transformation, where we tap into our inner resources. We have all of the tools within us. We have the sword, we have the cup, there's the pentacle, the cup, the wand, oh, and then the sword is above his head here. So we have all of these resources that we need to move through this powerful change and transformation in order to create and manifest and rise up like that phoenix. So there really is this beautiful element of magic around this moon, and we can again call upon our guides, the universe. You can connect with the planet of Pluto, since Pluto rules Scorpio, and just really ask for assistance in this transformation of the shadow, of the dark, of the heavy energies, and ask for it to be transmuted into light and healing. So beautiful energy here with the Magician. So we are in a powerful place right now of transformation, change, and manifestation, creating something new, and really tapping into those parts of ourselves that are, you know, the strong warrior energy, remembering that this is a powerful divine mission. Twin Flame is a mission, is a soul mission, it is a divinely appointed mission. And we are powerful light workers with an important mission here on planet Earth. And just remembering that. Okay, so let's see what is going on with the Divine Masculine. So I asked Spirit, what is the Divine Masculine thinking at the time of this full moon in Scorpio? And a couple of cards came up. We have attachment and man holding a coin. So I'm going to start with the attachment card. So what I'm getting with this card is a lot of what I was describing earlier about how this Scorpio full moon is bringing in this energy of releasing old conditioning, old ways of thinking, limiting beliefs, limiting thought patterns. If you look closely here, she is chained to this wooden post. And it's like this wooden post represents all of the conditioning, all of the programming, all of the pain and wounding from the past, all of these heavy things that have been holding the Divine Masculine back. And so this Scorpio full moon is coming in and asking the Divine Masculine to make powerful decisions in his life so that he can break free from whatever these attachments are, whatever has been holding him back, whatever has been keeping him in this like mental darkness, mental shadow, mental bondage. It's time for him to break free from that. And then we also see her taking a mask off here. So it's time to take off the mask and really get to the truth, get to the authenticity. And so Scorpio's just really asking the Divine Masculine to do this shadow work. We see her like standing in this dark, shadowy room or cave here with these chains and this mask. So yeah, he's just really having to work through a lot of old, heavy thoughts and break free from that. And this is a number 5, so 5 is that number of coming up against a challenge and transmuting it, bringing in change and transformation, and breaking free from the chains. And now I'm getting the 80s song. This one comes up a lot. And how does it go? Okay. Break these chains of love, I think is how it goes. Break these chains of love. I can't sing, but oh, I wish I could think of the artist too. So you guys who are like children of the 80s, you know what I'm talking about. Break these chains of love. Oh shoot, I'm in my zone right now with. So anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about, but it's that energy of break these chains of love. And then I think it says, don't give up, break these chains of love. So it's like that energy mentally taking place for the Divine Masculine right now, where he's having to really break free from old, heavy energies, and keep moving forward, moving in a new direction. And then we have the man holding a coin here. So I feel like this is, in a way, clarifying the attachment card here, where it's like all of these things that have been keeping him restrained and held back from being in his true, authentic, divine masculine energy and essence. I just see this card in this deck as being like my awakened divine masculine card, where he's fully self-actualized, he's fully aligned, he knows his truth. He's gone through the dark night of the soul, he's gone through his awakening, and there's like the sun rising in the background here. So it's just like breaking free from all of this old stuff so that he can move into this energy of the awakened divine masculine. And then with the pentacle here too, this could also be showing us that some of these old limiting thoughts and beliefs and conditioning are connected to the pentacles here, which is, going back to that first chakra with Archangel Michael, it is money and finances. And for the divine masculine, in his mind, he is very programmed and conditioned to attach his self-worth to his financial status, his career status, how much money he has in the bank, and that's tied to who he is as a man and his self-worth. So this could be some of these limiting thought patterns that are coming up that the divine masculine is breaking free from around this Scorpio full moon. Also with the pentacle and the man holding a coin, it could be limiting thoughts around commitment, things that have been holding him back from being able to step forward and offer a really solid, grounded commitment here. So really powerful stuff coming up for the divine masculine. And I'm noticing that the man holding a coin is a 43, which adds up to 7, which is the number of the spiritual path and that spiritual ascension and that spiritual awakening. So clarifying these, it just really was quite straightforward here. With the attachment, we have the Devil card. So, I mean, if I had to think of a card in this deck that was like the devil, it would definitely be this card. It's that energy of restraining yourself and holding back because of old fears, old ego thought patterns, just that voice in your head that's telling you you're not good enough, you're not worthy, just these old patterns that are not serving his highest good anymore. It's just like that critical mind, that's just been telling you that, if you aren't, living up to this certain idea of what a man is supposed to be and do and how he's been conditioned to be, then he's not good enough, he's not worthy, all of that kind of stuff. And then also clarifying this is the Ten of Swords. So you can see he's got all of these swords in his back. So the positive thing about the energy of this card is that it is the end of a difficult situation. So I just feel like with this attachment that the divine masculine, whatever he's breaking free from in his mental space right now, it is the end. It is like the end of this mental pain and mental anguish and heaviness, and the end of these chains, the end of the mask. It's like closing out a cycle here that has been really holding him back and not letting him fully, step into his truth, into his happiness, into his authentic divine masculine essence. So really beautiful, powerful energies showing up here for the divine masculine. Really releasing a lot of this old programming and stepping into a newer, awakened version of himself. So, what is the divine masculine feeling in his heart? And this was interesting. We have all tied up, and it came up in reverse. So this is actually really positive. In the upright, the all tied up card is more like that kind of devilish energy, or kind of like the Hanged Man energy, where it's just like feeling stuck and feeling unable to move forward, feeling restricted, or kind of like that Eight of Swords energy, where it's just like this feeling of like feeling stuck and trapped. But this came up in reverse. So, in the reverse, it has pretty much the opposite meaning, where now the divine masculine's heart is opening up, it is breaking free from this bondage. It is these vines that are all intertwined and wrapped around her arms are like all, breaking and coming off, and now her arms are opening up and free. So it's really this energy. I feel like this is like this big heart opening, heart expansion, like this restriction that has been in the divine masculine's heart just completely releasing. And his heart is now really expanding and opening, and just a release of a lot of tension and anxiety in his heart. So I think this is really beautiful energy here, where now it's just like the flow of the heart chakra was just very stuck and unable to move, but now it's like breaking free, and this flow of energy just coming through the divine masculine's heart space. So it's really beautiful. And another 5 here when we add up the 23. So again, it's that energy of moving through a challenge and transmuting and transforming that challenge, and then breaking free. It's that energy of breakthrough and liberation and freedom. So really beautiful energy showing up for the heart. And then clarifying this, we have a couple of cards that came up with the all tied up in reverse. 9 of Pentacles in reverse and the Moon. So with the 9 of Pentacles in reverse, again, this is, I feel like it's more of the positive energy here of breaking free from like the old stuck emotions that were like energetically closing down his heart. And so it's now opening up, and in the 9 of Pentacles in reverse is like feeling a sense of loss. In the upright, it's more of like this feeling of abundance and luxury, but in the reverse, it's more of like this feeling of loss and material loss too, like monetary loss, but just in general, like the sense of loss. So I feel like this is just clarifying that this is what the divine masculine is breaking free from in his heart. So it could be, this energy of grief or loss, or just really even being overly focused on money, with the old programming of the divine masculine, really having his heart energy, the flow of energy shut down in his heart chakra, because he's been overly focused on the material, on the financial, on the physical. So with the Nine of Pentacles showing up in reverse, I feel like it's where now he's breaking free from that energy. He's breaking free from being overly focused on all of the pentacles, on all of the luxury, on all of the material stuff. And now he's really opening up his heart to deeper emotions and embracing more of his feminine side, opening up more to spirituality, opening up more to co-creating with the universe and seeing himself in like the bigger picture, that there is this bigger universe, that this life that we're in and his purpose in life and just his being on this earth is far, far, far bigger than what he ever imagined. And it's like all integrating into his heart chakra now, like this inner heart knowing that there are things that are more meaningful and more purposeful than money and material and physical things. And it's just really opening up his heart chakra. And then we have the moon. And so again, I feel like this is clarifying what he's breaking free from, where the moon is that energy of uncertainty and illusion, fear, fear of the unknown, where, just that feeling of uncertainty, things that are hidden, things that are not quite for sure. And so again, it's like he's breaking free from that energy, and this is going to really get the energy flowing in his heart to open up, to be able to take risks, to be able to open up and take a leap of faith, to be able to experience more emotion and more joy in his life, and to really pursue true, authentic happiness within. So really beautiful energies showing up here for the Divine Masculine. Okay, so then I asked Spirit, what comes to mind when the Divine Masculine thinks of his beloved Divine Feminine? And a couple cards came up. We have Action and the World. So with the Action card, I feel like this is this energy that is coming up when the Divine Masculine thinks about his feminine as a result of all of this breaking free from bondage kind of energy that is showing up here. And just like when I was describing the energies in the beginning, it's like that moving forward, advancement, new directions, making these big decisions as a result of breaking free from all of these old energies, old programming, old conditioning, old heart restriction, and it's allowing him to be able to move forward. So it's really beautiful here, because it's when he thinks of his Divine Feminine that he's like inspired, like it gives him this horsepower and this drive and this ambition to really want to move forward. So it's almost like him thinking about his Divine Feminine is bringing in this beautiful inspiration and energy to help him move forward in his spiritual path and in his awakening, and wanting to move forward towards his Divine Feminine. And this is a number 17. So 17 in the traditional tarot is the start card. It is moving forward towards your dreams, your wishes, moving towards your true north, moving towards your true destiny. And we add the 7 and the 1 and we get an 8, which is success and abundance and powerful forward movement, like horsepower, ambition, drive, momentum. So beautiful energy here. And then we have the World card with the Action. So with the World card in this deck, the World card has to do with it's another card of breakthrough. So I feel like this is overcoming those limiting thoughts, overcoming the negative thinking, overcoming the limiting beliefs about who he is and what he's worthy of, And so it's like kind of I'm getting like this desire to move forward, but then also this uncertainty still here, or these limiting thoughts and patterns that are being released and removed as a result of this full moon. This World card, I really see it as a card of awakening, and it's a 29 here, so it's a number 11. So it's that energy of manifestation and awakening and alignment and manifestation. So when he's thinking of his feminine, he's really wanting to move forward, move towards her, move towards what he knows is his soul's true path and destiny. But it is like there's this energy still here of transcending, releasing, overcoming limiting patterns in order to do that. And this card with the World as well is about having a bigger picture perspective, seeing things, you know, like this person here on the dock that's looking at the whole world. It's like taking that step back and being able to see the bigger picture rather than just being focused on like the tiny little pentacles and the physical earth plane. It goes back to what I was saying, where it's like consciousness expansion that is happening for the divine masculine, where he's starting to see the bigger picture. And it's like through the energy of the divine feminine, this inspiration that is coming in, that is supporting him in clearing these limiting thoughts, expanding his consciousness and helping him move forward. And then clarifying these, we have the Page of Swords clarifying the action card. So with the Page of Swords here, this is very positive, where I see this is like the divine masculine thinking about wanting to move towards his divine feminine. He could be researching, like gathering information, like maybe he's just found out about twin flame stuff and he's reading about it and wanting to understand it more. Or, you know, maybe he's just trying to put together some kind of a strategy for communication to move forward, you know, wanting to, just thinking about communication and wanting to move forward, wanting to reach out, wanting to initiate some kind of a small step in order to move forward here and take action towards his divine feminine. And then with the World card clarifying that, we have the Five of Cups. So again, I just feel like this is some consciousness expansion and breaking free of limiting thoughts that needs to happen for the divine masculine, because with this Five of Cups here, it's showing us that when he's thinking of his divine feminine, there's some sadness here. This Five of Cups is sadness, regret. We see this man and he's just got his head in his hands and he's just feeling, you know, pretty sad here. And so it's that energy of sadness and loss and regret. He might be thinking about things that happened in the past that, you know, are making him feel this sense of loss and regret. And so with that, clarifying the World card, this is part of what he needs to shift his thinking about, is this sadness and loss and regret, and really transcend that, break free from that, and expand his consciousness and realize, you know, if he just turned around and looked behind him, there's still these two cups standing tall right here, representing the union, representing the masculine and feminine and their beautiful connection. Even though there are spilled cups here, the connection is still really strong, and the union is still there. So it's just, you know, overcoming this in order to take action and initiate a beginning of some kind of communication here is what it looks like. So yeah, I just feel like really positive things, really powerful things are happening for the divine masculine. And we are moving closer and closer to the summer solstice here in the northern hemisphere. So, you know, that it is that time when the sun is growing in its strength, and The masculine is growing in his strength, and things are being brought to light. There's illumination and awakening energy. And for those in the southern hemisphere, the Scorpio full moon is perfect for moving into the winter solstice and really taking that time for deep reflection and contemplation, and doing that shadow work and awakening through that. Okay, so let's see what's happening with the Divine Feminine. So I asked Spirit, what is the Divine Feminine thinking regarding her connection with her Divine Masculine? And 2 cards came up. We have the Angel of Strength and Man Holding a Heart. So I feel like the Divine Feminine is just really tapping into this like mental mastery around her connection right now, where she's just really finding this confidence and courage and strength within her, to really bring love into the situation, bring love into the connection. Also just really having this faith and confidence that her Divine Masculine is there with her energetically, spiritually, and that he is holding this heart for her, having this strong faith and confidence in the connection. And I feel like a lot of the Divine Feminines have been moving through powerful transformation and change in their mental space around their connection as well. And this is a number 50. So again, 5 is, there's a lot of 5s showing up here in this reading. So change, transformation, that scorpionic energy of bringing in healing by going into those dark, challenging places. And so I just feel like a lot of Divine Feminines have been moving through powerful shifts in their thinking that are asking them to really step into a place of more mental mastery and confidence and faith and trust in this connection, and faith and trust in their Divine Masculine, and just really being in this mindset of knowing on a mental level and on like an emotional and spiritual level that that he is holding this heart for her. And this also has a 45 with a 40, or this also has a number 5, so 50 and 5, 45. So yeah, 2 5s here. So a lot of change and transformation for the Divine Feminine in her mental space. And clarifying these, we have the 6 of Wands, clarifying the Strength card. So the 6 of Wands is that energy of victory and success. So she's just really taking on this energy of the lion. If you look at this lion, he's just really determined, really focused, really clear, just has his eye on the prize. And with the 6 of Wands, it's like she's just really focused right now on the success, the victory, and really moving into this place of mental clarity and confidence in her connection. And then with the man holding a coin, or the man holding a heart, we have the coin, the Ace of Pentacles. So it's like having this mental mastery, this mental strength, this faith, this confidence about this new beginning that is coming in with her Divine Masculine. It's like her intuition can sense it and feel it, and on a soul level, she knows that this Ace of Pentacles with her Divine Masculine is like part of her soul's blueprint. It's part of her soul's destiny. And she's just, I just feel a lot of mental strength showing up for the Divine Feminine here. And I do feel like it's because she has recently gone through another layer of deep surrender in the connection that now it's like she's like the phoenix rising here, where she's already kind of gone through a deep layer of surrender that may have been painful, but you know, she's on the other side of that now, and it's like she's the phoenix rising, and she's feeling strong again, she's feeling clear again, and you know, she's rising up in her power here, in her mental mastery. So awesome. Very, very encouraging to see that. So what is the Divine Feminine feeling in her heart regarding her connection with her masculine? And we have the Magician and the Mirror. So another beautiful Magician energy showing up here in the feminine's heart. It's that energy of being that powerful co-creator, working with the divine. And so here we see the Magician, and he is holding the two flames, the feminine, cool, watery yin flame, and the fiery, masculine, yang flame. So we have the yin and the yang, and then we have the divine here holding these energies. So it's really the trinity here of the yin and the feminine and the divine and the masculine, all blending together, working together here in the Divine Feminine's heart. So I feel like this is a combination of this beautiful, emotional, magician kind of energy in the Divine Feminine's heart of really wanting to manifest union, really wanting to co-create with the universe. And also I just feel like this is the Divine Feminine in her heart wanting her Divine Masculine with that fiery flame to really come in and manifest as well, like to work together in this co-creative dance with the universe. And whether that's energetically or physically in the 3D, working together to co-create union. And then with the mirror aspect too, very twin flame here, where the mirror is reflecting back everything to the Divine Feminine's heart. So it's like the universe all around her, showing her the signs, showing her the synchronicities, guiding her heart, showing her where to open up her heart, showing her where her heart wants to go. So it's just this like constant co-creation in the language of the universe and the cosmos through all the numbers and the songs and the signs and the synchronicities showing up, guiding her heart in creating this union and manifesting this union. Another 5 here, and this also adds up to an 8. So there's a lot of 8s because we had Archangel Michael is 35, which is an 8. The action card adds up to an 8. And now we have the Magician here with an 8 with a 53. So 5 is again that change, transformation, breakthrough, liberation. And we add the 3 and the 5 and we get that 8, which is powerful forward movement. It is abundance, it is the infinity. So beautiful energy there. And then clarifying the Magician, there were quite a few cards that came up. We have, let's see, we have the 4 of Wands, the 8 of Pentacles, and the 3 of Pentacles. So I feel like with the 4 of Wands, this is really this joy and stability that the Divine Feminine is wanting to manifest. In her heart, she feels this sense of, I see this as being like the 11-11 here with the 4 Wands. So, you know, it is that energy of the manifestation, which goes back to the Magician, really wanting to manifest joy and stability. And you can see there's like the Church here. So it is also a card of marriage, which is like the merging, that Scorpio energy of wanting to merge and become one. And then with the 8 of Pentacles, as well as I feel with the 3 of Pentacles here, lots of Pentacles, which, like I was saying, we have the Sun in Taurus right now, which is all this beautiful earthy pentacle energy. And so it's really putting in the effort, putting in the work, you know, the emotional mastery here in her heart. And I feel like it's this desire for partnership, because the Three of Pentacles here is about building, collaborating, you know, coming together, partnering, and working together to build something, you know, putting in the effort. So she's really, in her heart, focused on putting forth the effort and the work to co-create and manifest with her divine masculine and with the universe, to bring together this beautiful divine partnership and to build something beautiful, to build a beautiful union, to build a beautiful mission to serve others. So yeah, beautiful energy for the divine feminine's heart. So what comes to mind when the divine feminine is thinking of her divine masculine? So we have the contract card and the sun card. So I feel like with this, the divine feminine, when she thinks of her masculine, she's just really thinking about how she wants things to come into a state of harmony and balance within the connection. You know, this is associated with like the Justice card. So it's like, you know, having things feel fair and balanced and harmonious and just within the connection. And I'm just noticing the white gown and the blindfold here. So, you know, it's just this purity here with the white, you know, wanting things to just feel peaceful and calm and pure, energetically in the connection. And she's also, you know, she's got this blindfold on here. So with this card, I just always, with the blindfold, it's about, you know, looking at the connection more from her heart and her soul, from that purity of the heart and the soul, rather than with the eyes of judgment through, you know, the conditioning that is placed upon us, but seeing through the eyes of the heart and the soul. And then with the sun here, it's this beautiful energy of the healing, of the illumination, of the clarity. Like when she's thinking about her connection with her masculine, she just wants there to be this beautiful balancing and healing, and for things to just be clear, you know, for the light to be shown on everything. No more secrets, no more hiding behind masks, no more hiding underneath armor. Like she just wants everything to really be out in the open. And, you know, again, it's just this beautiful purity. And with a sun card, I just always feel this energy of like a baptism, because she's in this pool of water, this pod of water here, and it just has this energy of like cleansing and purification, and healing. And there's these lotus flowers floating in here with her, which are symbolic of the awakening, of the purification. The lotus flower comes out of the mud. It sinks down into like the mud and the yuck and the gunk at the bottom of the ocean, or the bottom of the seafloor, or the bottom of the pool or the pond or whatever it is. So it's in like that dark scorpionic shadow, heavy, dense mud, right? And then it rises up, it floats up out of the mud, and then it rises up above the water. And when it rises above the water, it's just magically like pure and clean and this beautiful pristine flower. So it's really like that energy of ascension and awakening and moving out of the heavy, dark energies that we're transmuting and shifting and releasing, and rising up into this like purity. And with the sun, this is a number 1, so it is about fresh new starts, new beginnings, creative new beginnings, and clarifying these with the contract card. we have the Seven of Swords, and it came up in reverse. So with the Seven of Swords in reverse, with the contract card, I feel like this is that energy. Seven of Swords can be that energy of like, you know, the hidden feelings, the hidden sneaky behaviors, like shady stuff, like just kind of this energy of like, it's kind of got this energy of the runner too, where it's just like, you know, the running, the ghosting, the hiding, the not openly sharing feelings, like just that reserved kind of energy. It's like, you know, not coming from a place of malicious intent, but it's just more of a result of this stuck energy that has been here for the divine masculine, that has been keeping him held back, where he can't fully share his heart. He hasn't been able to fully open up and reveal his feelings. He hasn't been able to, you know, fully communicate and express himself like from his heart and his emotions. So, you know, I feel like this is just part of the balancing that the divine feminine is wanting here, like, you know, and this clarity, things coming out into the light, like no more hiding under the mask and hiding under the armor. It's time for a new beginning here with the Death card in reverse. And the Death card is a major arcana that is the Scorpio card. So it is that energy of, when it's in the reverse, it's the rebirth, it's the new beginning after the death. So the divine feminine is just really ready, you know, ready for this new beginning. Like I said, I feel like the divine feminine is kind of more in this Phoenix rising energy, like she's already transmuted a lot and moved through a lot, and now she's more like in this Phoenix rising manifestor creator kind of energy. And what we're seeing with the divine masculine is there is just a lot of this really deep work of moving through the heavy, dense energies and breaking free, like releasing, breaking free of bondage, breaking free of these old restricting, limiting thought patterns. And also, you know, this constriction and tension in the heart chakra that's like breaking free. And so I just feel like, you know, he's like this with the action card here. It's like the feminine's got a little bit of a head start here and he's catching up. But, you know, eventually they're going to align and come together here. So very positive. So let's see, what is the energy of the union? Beautiful, caring connections. So I love this card. I would say this would be like my Two of Cups card in this deck. And, you know, it's just all of this beautiful golden energy, the divine light, the awakening that is coming in. And, you know, it's like even energetically, this is what is happening in our unions. This is energetically where we're at as a collective for the energy of our union around this full moon in Scorpio. So, you know, it's just this really beautiful, heartfelt, deep, caring energy between the twins. And again, I see this where the divine feminine, it's like very bright over here by her. So, you know, she's in the lead here. She's energetically leading the masculine, but then the masculine is always with her, always, you know, supporting her. He's always got her back. He's always right there with her, energetically supporting her. And she's, you know, in this really bright, almost white light here. And he's coming out of the darkness here into this golden light with her. He is being illuminated here. He is attaining this wisdom and awakening. And, you know, our souls are just really embracing each other here. So it's really beautiful energy for the union. And again, another 5 when we add the 14. And 14 is that number of alchemy. It's another number of transmutation and change. It's where we are taking the heavy, dense lead, from going into this shadow work, going into these darker places, looking at these old patterns, conditioning, things that need to be released. And so we're taking that heavy, dense lead and we're transmuting it into this beautiful gold, into this divine energy. So that is the gift of this alchemy. This is an alchemical marriage, an alchemical union. And it's just part of this beautiful twin flame mission. And so again, a 5 here, when we add the 14, change, transformation, breakthroughs, freedom, liberation, beautiful energy. And then clarifying the caring connections, we had a few cards. So we have the 5 of Pentacles, the Hierophant, Major Arcana, and the 2 of Swords. So another 5 here with the 5 of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, and the Hierophant is a 5. This is crazy. So major change and transformation happening here. So with the 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, I'm getting a lot of different messages here. The 5 of Pentacles can be about like feeling a sense of abandonment or feeling alone. So there could be a message here where, Spirit is saying to just really focus on this beautiful energetic connection that you share with your twin, and know that in truth you are not abandoned. In truth, your twin is energetically there with you always and always has your back. I'm also getting the message with the 5 of Pentacles. It's actually a beautiful card that is about unconditional love. So there is this message of unconditional love here. And if you look at the image here, I love the image on this card because it's like a mother and child. And so the 5 of Pentacles is about remembering that you aren't alone. Remembering the love. And even if it's just like remembering that you are a child of God, remembering that you are a divine being and you are protected by Mother Gaia, you are protected by, a higher power, whatever that is for you, the cosmos, spirit, God, that you are this beautiful divine child of these higher powers of the universe, and you are loved beyond measure. And your twin loves you beyond measure too, regardless of what is happening in the 3D. And just remembering that, this beautiful message of unconditional love, that you are loved, you are embraced, and there's this beautiful cathedral full of light. And to just remember this beautiful warmth and this beautiful divine light is always there for you. And so it's really a reminder here to connect to spirit, really connect with the divine, and remember the power of that beautiful divine love that is always there for you. And in that truth, you are never abandoned, you are never alone. And again, we have the Hierophant here, so another 5 major arcana, and with the Hierophant, it is that message again of faith and trusting in a higher power, knowing that this union, this beautiful caring connection, that it is guided by a higher power. It is divinely orchestrated, it is divinely ordained, and it is divinely protected. And remembering that. And then we have the 2 of Swords here. So I'm getting a couple different messages here as well where, 2 of Swords can be about things feeling stuck or stagnant, or things like being in a stalemate. So, you know, it is possible that, you know, as a collective, we've been feeling this energy of just being in a stalemate, feeling like things aren't moving forward. But I feel like this is part of what we are breaking free from with all of this Scorpio energy that's coming in and removing and releasing all of these obstacles and blocks and restrictions. And then also, the historical meaning of the Two of Swords has to do with intimacy, and it has to do with equality. And if you look at this card, like if you cut this in half, it's like completely symmetrical. So it is about this connection being like a mirror image that is balanced and symmetrical. And remembering that, you know, our twin is like this beautiful mirror image of us. And it's through our mirror that we create this beautiful symmetrical balance and harmony, and that we are each other's true equal. We are each other's true other half. We share the same divine soul frequency and identity. So I'm getting that message here as well. So I feel like it's just, you know, some beautiful encouragement. I just got another message with this. There's a lot of purple in this card, and she's also wearing a blindfold, just like we saw on the Justice card, she was wearing a blindfold. So I do feel like with this, the meaning behind this here is that both twins are in this place right now of really connecting with their intuition, with the purple connecting with the crown chakra and the third eye chakra, and really going within. They are not seeking answers outside of themselves in like a 3D kind of a way, like going to family members and friends and, you know, asking them what they think, or, you know, stuff like that. If anything, they're going to like somebody who is like a spiritual teacher that knows this journey, that is on a twin flame mission themselves, that can offer real spiritual advice and guidance, that can support them in tapping into their inner wisdom and inner knowledge that is within them, in their soul's truth, in their heart, rather than saying, like, friends and family and other people saying, oh, you should do this, you should do that. Well, I think you should, da 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 da. You know, they're not, the twins are no longer in that place anymore. It's like they're seeking advice from true illumined spiritual teachers, or they are meditating and going within and connecting with their higher self, connecting with spirit, source. That's just really coming through really strong here with the Hierophant and the Five of Pentacles. So, you know, not looking outside of themselves with that blindfold, but really looking within for answers. And maybe that's why things haven't felt like they've been moving forward, because we've been in this deep place of deep inner work and transformation and healing and releasing, you know. So I think that's really good. All right, well, let's take a look at some romance messages from our beloved romance angels. So I just